Hey guys, I'm your host Chris Powers, and today we're going to be reacting to some videos about inflation. Y'all know what's going on in the world right now. Well, in the U.S., the country is suffering from inflation. The middle class is being pushed down, and everything is just crazy. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and get into it. So let's start it.
Listen, man, I make over 30 an hour.
Hold on a second. Let me adjust my volume so you guys can hear.
I got a damn good paying
Let me adjust the volume again so y'all don't go deaf.
job. Listen, if a nigga was to tell me at 18 years old, if a nigga said, yo, Diz, at the age of 36, you're gonna be making over $30 an hour and you're gonna be struggling, I would have laughed in his fucking face, man. For real. I would have laughed in his face. You couldn't have told me that at 18 years old. I would have thought that I'd be living like a king. I don't live outside my means. When I say I'm struggling, that's just to pay bills and to buy food. Inflation, the economy, everything is fucked up. There's no middle class anymore. We're literally the working poor. You have the working poor, and then you have the filthy, rotten fucking rich. Like, something needs to change. Something needs to give. We can't fucking live like this. This is not a way to live. Listen.
All right, so I can agree with what he's saying, especially at 18. I think my first job at 18, I was making like $8 an hour. Again, had you told me at 30, I've been making at 18 that I'd be making 30 plus an hour and struggling, like you know what I'm saying? Because you could live back then like $8 an hour. You working other hours. I mean, you can get a place to stay. You can, you know what I'm saying? You can get food. You okay? Like it was $8 an hour. Guys, back when I was 18, this was like 2004. So it wasn't. It was a while back, about 20 years ago, but it wasn't 90s. I'm not that old, but I can definitely see what this guy is saying. Like it's definitely a struggle right now. Even with because like the 30 plus an hour, that's about where I'm at. Like I'm making 30 plus an hour. Like I said, I'm not struggling because there is there's me and my wife, so we both are doing okay. Like we not, what I'm saying, doing bad, but anyway, let's check out some of these comments. Uh, you got 30 plus an hour today is equivalent to $7.50. I don't know about all that. Facts, bro, is extremely discouraging.
All major ports.
Oh, the union workers have the right to ask to. Oh, he said, remember this video next time you vote. Wow. Making the most money I've ever made and still scratching and clawing to get by. Not real living. So that's kind of the thing these days. Everybody's just getting by. There's no extra money for things that what I'm saying, like vacations, or there's people out here that got money who were doing it right. The last few years they were saving, they're living below their means, so they're okay. But for the most part, what I'm saying, this is kind of people that was living above their means. This kind of hit them by the blind side, especially if you got credit card debt. You got all these types of debt and inflation on top of the debt. Inflation's going up, rent's going up, electricity's going up, insurance is going up. Like it's really crazy because my insurance went from like I think 280 to 4 something. Like it was, I was like wow. And then it went from, so when it jumped, I went to another insurance agency, and then it still went up once I left after I've been with them for about 6 months. So like I said, it's a struggle out here. Anyway, let's go on to the next video, guys.
Now I understand why it
Make sure we still good. We still good.
was so looked down upon to be living with your parents back in the day. All you had to do was get a job. Just a job. Here I am, college degree, multiple avenues of income, side hustles. What the fuck am I doing here? Now
And I can get what he's saying because back then if you stay with your parents, you was like, why are you staying with your parents? Like, especially if you had a job, because again, my first job out of high school, like I said, I was a basic laborer, and like I said, I was making like 850. Actually, I take that back. It was more like it was $9 or $10 an hour because I think I'd work with my uncle, and I'd work a couple of summers before I ended up graduating, and then so when I graduated, they started me off with like 9 or 10. But anyway, it really wasn't that bad. I think I was making 420 a week. You know what I'm saying? I don't really think we worked a lot of overtime, but that was okay back then. Like you could go find you a place for like 375 or 400 a month back then, and you know what I'm saying, you were okay. But these days, oh man, it's best for kids to kind of stay with their parents the way stuff going. Like just pay your parents some rent for that room or something to that degree. Um, but I do get what he's saying. Like he's a college graduate, multiple streams of income, and he's probably still just having a hard go of it because everything's so high. Let's check out some of these comments. Top comment: people could retire off cash register jobs. That is true. Now I don't know how far back this probably went in 2004. Well, you're right. I ain't gonna say retire. Retire is a strong word. You could make it. Like you'd still be struggling, but I think you could make it. All right, next comment, and not even a good one, just one. Yeah, that goes back to the cash register job. All right, let's see. Here's another top comment. Now you gotta have two jobs, sell cat on the side with a 700 credit score and make 3 times the rent. Yo, that's wild. That's wild. Ain't no way we out here selling. Let's see. That's pretty much it. Okay, the next one is they had it made. Typically, when I read comments, I'm reading the comments of they got the most likes. It's the one that the people most resonate with. Here's another one with 13.4K likes. Dairy Queen would have been a career for him. Like that's real. Like back then, you really could do that. I'm just, you know what I'm saying. Back in the day before all this inflation, it wasn't that bad. Like it really wasn't that bad. Anyway, let's go on to the next video.
$1 million 1993 today is now $2,070,000.
And we're gonna run that back. Just let that sink in. 1 million in 1993. It's double.
$1 million 1993 today is now $2,070,000. Inflation in 5 years will probably devalue half of everyone's money listening to this in their 401ks, IRAs, and their soft saving accounts. Like right now, the world is a wreck, and their only solution to the devaluation is they're going to have to work harder. Over the last 20 years, 2002 to 2022, salaries have increased 27%, but the cost of a home has gone up 148%. In other words, like our cost of living and lifestyles is not keeping up. Average person drives a $60,000 a year car that has a $50,000 a year salary with over $100,000 a student debt, 60% of America living check to check. We have a problem. And being busy is not the solution, and getting another job is not the solution. You have to graduate and develop more of the Gen Z millennial mind that says there's got to be a smarter way. It can't be the immigrant way of just work harder, because there is something to say for hard work. But if it's not smart enough hard work, then it's stupid work. It's dumb work. And there's a lot of financial idiots out there that have just not gotten themselves educated.
Okay, so I completely agree with most everything you said. Like, I know it used to be just work hard and you'll be okay. Work hard and you heard it your whole life. At least I did as a kid. Just work hard, just be a hard worker and get at it. You know what I'm saying? Let me stop saying it. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to cut back, y'all. If I keep saying it, just drop in the comments because you keep saying it. But there has to be an easier way to make money. Because, like I say, working hard just gets you nowhere. You just gonna work yourself into the ground. By the time you done graduated, by the time you get old, your body messed up and all this other type of stuff. So you really need to find different ways to diversify your incomes, like to have multiple streams. Like if you're good at something, try that. If let's say you like to, I don't know, if you good at fishing, make fishing videos, make fishing tutorials. If you like to sew, make sewing tutorials. Just you have to do something on the side. Actually, even if you like sewing, you can. People do still need sewing done that, you know, I don't know a lot of people that sew, but people really would like somebody to hem their jeans or um, stitch a strap back up or something of that nature. So you could, you know what I'm saying, make you a small business. That could be another side hustle on top of making the toy. But a lot of, these days you have to be doing something extra. You just can't have that one job. Like the guy in the first video was like, you know, I make 30 plus an hour and I still not making it. So you have to have a job, you know what I'm saying, plus a side hustle. So there's things to it. Like it's just not what it is. Like he said in a million. Now, how accurate this is, I have to go in and do my own calculations, but it sounds about right. It may be even more than that. Like I said, 1,093 might be 3 million right now. I don't know when this video was made last year, so it might. I'm sure it's went up since the making of this video. Anyway, let's check out some of these comments. I'm done working hard, man. I shouldn't have to put in 70 hours a week. Now, I will say, depending on what you're doing in life, there will be hard work that's needed. You're trying to start a business, yeah, you probably gonna need to put in 70, 80 hours a week to get that business off the ground. It's gonna be a lot of hard and long nights, but it'll be worth it down the road. Let's see some more top comments. A lot of these don't have just a whole lot. 5 years ago, I died to be making the money I make now. In today's world, I barely get by. That's true. We are struggling to buy groceries while working 40 plus hours a week. Yeah, depending on your job. I'm so sick and tired. Okay, I'm a hairstylist that makes 180K a year. My wife makes 45K. We barely make it. My wife could never make it on her own. That's true. Let me say this. So, also, I know people get tired of hearing this, but it also depends on your lifestyle. Like, let's just say together they got what, $225,000 a year. Come on, that's good money. You should be fine. Like if you struggling with this with 225K a year, you living outside your means. You just living outside your means. That's all. You don't need that $60,000-$70,000 vehicle you paying $800 a month on. You probably bought too much house. So there's that. Like I said, there's ways to kind of simplify your lifestyle to make ends meet. I mean, I know it's not ideal, but you know what I'm saying? You just don't need all this extra stuff. I got 4 used cars. There's nothing new in my driveway. Like I say, I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. Like me and my wife are doing okay. But anyway, guys, that's it for this video today. If you please hit the like button and subscribe for more videos like these. If I brought you any value. And guys, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.